coffee cup still sitting right where you left it yesterday. Your hoodie hanging by the doorway, like you're walking back someday. The house still sounds the same at midnight, but tonight it feels brand new. Funny how a room gets colder the second it loses you. I keep hearing your footsteps in places you ain't been. This is the first cold night since your side of the bed went empty. First time the silence hit this hard. First time the dark feels heavy, and every shadow in this house still looks a little like you. Yeah, this is the first cold night, the last time I held you. Your picture's glowing from my dashboard, red light at a 3 a.m. stop. Radio keeps playing love songs like it don't know when to stop. I drove past your mama's street twice, but I couldn't make myself turn in. Guess goodbye don't feel real till the lonely finally settles in. And every mile gets longer when there's nobody riding shotgun. This is the first cold night since your side of the bed went empty. First time the silence hit this hard. First time the dark feels heavy, and every shadow in this house still looks a little like you. Yeah, this is the first cold night, the last time I held you. If I would've known that was our last slow dance in the kitchen, I would've held on longer, would've memorized every second. Now the rain keeps falling like heaven knows your name. This is the first cold night where your memory burns right through me. First time the world kept spinning, but you ain't standing beside me. And every light out on this road still pulls me back to you. Yeah, this is the first cold night, the last time I held you. Threw a duffel in the backseat, left the porch light in the dust, county line in my rear view, running on fumes and broken trust. Your name still burned inside my phone, but I let the signal fade. There's some ghosts you carry with you, even when you drive away. Got a full tank and a storm rolling in, and nowhere I gotta be. Gravel and gasoline, white lines and broken dreams, flying through the dark with your memory, riding shotgun next to me. Small town fading fast, trying not to hit the brakes on the past. If heartbreak had a soundtrack, it sound like these tires screaming. Yeah, tonight is just me, gravel and gasoline. Gravel and gasoline. Truck stop coffee at 2:30, the radio barely coming in. Some old song about forever almost made me turn around again. But the rain kept getting heavier, and the sky lit up electric blue. Funny how the road gets louder when there ain't nobody left but you. Every mile keeps pulling me farther, but you're still somewhere in my head. Gravel and gasoline, white lines and broken dreams, flying through the dark with your memory, riding shotgun next to me. Small town fading fast, trying not to hit the brakes on the past. If heartbreak had a soundtrack, it sound like these tires screaming. Yeah, tonight is just me, gravel and gasoline. Maybe running ain't healing, maybe distance don't change a thing, but if I stop moving tonight, I might finally feel everything. Gravel and gasoline, storm clouds chasing after me, headlights cutting through the rain, like you still believe in me. And every road I disappear on still somehow leads to you. Yeah, tonight is just me, gravel and gasoline. There's a box in the back of my closet, full of words I never let you read. Every page sounds like an apology, every line still sounds like me. I kept saying I'd explain it when the timing finally felt right, but goodbye showed up too early, and silence won another fight. Now your name's just smoke in my rear view, and I'm talking to ghosts again. These are letters I never sent, full of everything I should have said. Every I miss you, every don't leave, still trapped inside my head. Now the ink runs like the rain, every memory keeps bleeding through. Yeah, these are letters I never sent, and nowhere left to send them to. There's I still love you, one that blames myself for all of it, one where I almost drove to your house and tore it up before I quit. Guess pride can feel like protection till you realize what it cost. Now I read these words at midnight, trying to talk to what I lost, and every sentence sounds heavier when nobody hears it but you. These are letters I never sent, full of everything I should have said. Every I need you, every comeback still echoing inside my chest. Now the pages shake like thunder, every line still leads to you. Yeah, these are letters I never sent, and nowhere left to send them to. Would you open it tonight, or did I wait too long to finally tell the truth right? These are letters I never sent, now they're scattered all across the floor. Every goodbye, every heartbreak still standing at your door. And if regret had its own language, girl, it'd sound exactly like this wrong. Yeah, these are letters I never sent, and nowhere left to send them to. She walked in like midnight thunder, black dress cutting through the smoke. Whole room faded into shadows, every heartbeat moving slow.
There was lightning in her silence,
danger hiding in her smile,
but I kept pulling her closer like a fool chasing wildfire.
Everybody warned me, but I only heard her name. There was a storm in her eyes, yeah, the kind that leaves you wrecked by morning. Rain
falling every time she cried,
but I stayed there anyway. Now I'm standing in the wreckage, wondering why love burns this way. There was a storm in her eyes, and I should've known.
I should've known.
She kissed me like a last confession, like goodbye already crossed her mind. Every forever sounded temporary, but I believed every lie.
We kept dancing through the warning signs while thunder roared outside.
Funny how the heart stays hopeful even when the soul knows better inside.
Every red flag looked beautiful
under neon and whiskey light. There was a storm in her eyes, yeah, the kind that leaves you wrecked by morning.
Rain falling every time she cried,
But I stayed there anyway. And now I'm stranded with the memory of everything we tried to say.
there was a storm in her eyes, and I should've known. I should've known.
leave before the damage showed.
There was a storm in her eyes.
Now it's raining in every room without her.
Every flash of lightning tonight
still feels a little like her touch.
and every highway leads me backward
To the wreckage we became. There was a storm in her eyes, and I should have known.
Yeah, I should have known.
Main Street still got that diner. Same old cracks in the parking lot. Same church bells every Sunday. Like time around here forgot. There's a couple boys I grew up with, still drinking where we used to go. But every face I recognize now feels like somebody I used to know. Funny how a town stays frozen while you become someone else. Now I'm just a hometown ghost, walking through memories nobody sees. Every road around here knows my name, but nobody knows me. There's a shadow in every storefront, a younger version I can't hold. Yeah, I came back home tonight, but I still feel alone, like a hometown ghost. Mama's house still smells like coffee. Daddy's boots still by the door. There's a picture of us in the hallway, back before life became a war. Everybody asked how I've been, like they already know the lie. So I smile and say, doing alright, while thunder rolls across the sky. Guess some people leave physically, and some leave in their soul. Now I'm just a hometown ghost, walking through memories nobody sees. Every bar stool holds a story, but none of them sound like me. There's a silence hanging downtown, a hometown ghost. Maybe the hardest thing about leaving ain't the leaving after all. It's realizing the place you miss doesn't exist anymore. Now I'm just a hometown ghost, half memory and half regret. Every street light feels familiar, but I don't belong here yet. And every mile I ran from home still somehow brought me back alone. Yeah, I came back home tonight, still carrying storms nobody knows, like a hometown ghost. Friday night behind the bleachers, cold beer sweating in my hand. Buddy talking about his baby girl, learning how to stand. Bonfire popping by the fence line, radio playing something old. Funny how the simple moments hit harder as you grow. Ain't nobody getting rich tonight, but nobody here feels poor. This is enough. These headlights, these back roads, this rust on this truck, these old songs and tired souls, still laughing through the dust. We spent half our lives chasing something bigger just to learn what matters most. Yeah, maybe heaven looks a little like this. Tailgate theology under midnight gold. Under midnight gold. There's a couple scars around this fire. Everybody got one or two. Somebody lost somebody, somebody barely made it through. But tonight nobody's pretending, nobody trying to be tough. Just small town hearts sitting in circles, trying to hold on to enough. Funny how truth sounds clearer under stars instead of neon lights. This is enough. These headlights, these back roads, this smoke in our lungs, these old dreams and broken roads, still somehow holding us up. We spend half our lives out running silence just to end up right back home. Yeah, maybe peace was sitting here the whole time. Tailgate theology under midnight gold. Maybe life ain't about having everything. Maybe it's about knowing what you already got before the storm takes it away. This isn't this fire, this night, these stories we trust, these old boots and tired hearts still learning how to love. And maybe someday when the road gets quiet, this'll be the night I remember most. Yeah, maybe heaven looked exactly like this. Tailgate theology under midnight gold. Under midnight gold. Dashboard glowing midnight blue, white lines cutting through the dark. Gas station coffee going cold somewhere west of broken hearts. Radio barely holding signal, one old song drifting in and out. Funny how the quiet gets louder when there ain't nobody else around. Street lights blur like memories, every mile feels half asleep. It's 3 a.m. radio, just me and the road. Thunder rolling somewhere far behind, but I still feel it in my soul. Every song sounds like your name tonight, every exit feels too close to home. Yeah, it's 3 a.m. radio, and I'm still driving alone. And I'm still driving alone. Truck stop, neon in the distance, rain falling slow against the glass. Everybody sleeping somewhere while I keep trying to outrun the past. Your voice still lives inside the silence, like static I can't tune away. So I keep turning up the volume, trying not to hear what my heart says. Headlights stretching endlessly, like the night don't want me stopping yet. It's 3 a.m. radio, just me and the road. Every station sounding lonely, like they already know. Every memory keeps riding shotgun, every shadow feels like home. Yeah, it's 3 a.m. radio, and I'm still out here alone. Maybe some people were made for daylight and some were built for these empty roads, trying to heal somewhere between the static and the storm. It's 3 a.m. radio, just me and the road. Storm clouds hanging over every line, but I keep moving through the smoke. And somewhere between the lightning and the songs I can't let go, yeah, it's 3 a.m. radio. And tonight, that's all I know. Sky turned black out on Highway 9. Radio warning about a storm tonight. You were quiet in the passenger seat, like your heart already left before me. Rain started falling in slow motion, headlights shaking across the road. Funny how you feel disaster coming right before everything explodes. There was lightning in the distance and goodbye sitting on your lips right before the thunder before the storm arrived, before the thunder. You reached over like you almost stopped it, like love could still change our minds. But some storms already got a direction long before they reach the sky. Now every road I drive at midnight still carries echoes of that night. That final silence in your eyes still follows me like lightning. Sometimes the heart knows endings before the words are ever said. Right before the thunder, right before the world gave out, right before your memory became something I still dream about. There was one last heartbeat where I thought we'd survive. One last moment we were still whole before goodbye arrives. Before the thunder, maybe that's why storms still scare me. Maybe that's why rain still burns. 'Cause every flash across the heavens feels like watching you turn away again. Right before the thunder, right before the sky gave in, right before I lost the only thing that ever felt like home. There was one last look between us, one last chance to change our minds. The storms don't stop for broken people, and neither did goodbye. Before the thunder, there was always a light in that window. No matter how late I came home, didn't matter how far I drifted, she never let me feel alone. While I was chasing empty highways, trying to outrun who I was, she kept believing in forever, even when I gave her less than love. Now every storm reminds me of what I let slip away. She kept the porch light on while I kept disappearing. She held on to hope while I was barely holding myself together. And now that she's gone, this whole house feels colder. Yeah, she loved me honest, and I didn't deserve her. There's still a coffee cup beside the sink, still a blanket hanging on the chair. Funny how the smallest things tonight feel heavier now that she ain't here. Everybody says I should move on, like healing something simple you can choose. But some hearts don't break all at once, sometimes they slowly come unglued. And every memory hits harder when you know it was real love. She kept the porch light on while I kept running from shadows. She gave me every piece of herself while I was lost somewhere she loved me completely. And I didn't deserve her. If I could go back to one moment, I'd stop myself before goodbye. 'Cause some people spend their whole lives looking for what I left behind. She kept the porch light on, even when the rain kept falling, even when my broken soul was too proud to answer her calling. And somewhere tonight, that old house still glows against the storm. Yeah, she loved me more than I knew, and I didn't deserve her. In like bad decisions, lipstick red and gasoline. Whole room caught fire around us, like sparks landing on dry leaves. Every kiss felt like a warning, every touch crossed another line. But we kept dancing through destruction, like we thought chaos meant alive. Everybody saw the smoke rising before we ever did. We were wildfire, burning through every bridge we crossed. No brakes, no water, no saving us, just flames running wild through the dark. You and me were beautiful damage, two hearts too reckless to stop. Yeah, we loved like a match in the wind, burned it all down. Truck door slamming in the driveway, thunder shaking through the walls. One minute screaming, I hate you, next minute holding on. Funny how toxic feels addictive when lonely's all you've ever known. We kept calling it forever while turning love into smoke. Every goodbye lasted hours, every comeback hurt worse. We were wildfire, setting every memory ablaze. No map, no future, no slowing down, just ashes falling like rain. You and me were midnight lightning, too bright to survive too long. Yeah, we loved like the world was ending, and we burned it all down. Now every storm reminds me of the night we finally collapsed. Two people standing in the wreckage, wondering how love got this bad. We were wildfire, still burning somewhere in my veins. Every road, every thunderstorm still whispers your name. And even after all this damage, part of me still wants that flame. Yeah, we love like destruction was holy, and we burned it all down. There's a pair of old work boots still sitting by the garage wall, covered in dust and Carolina mud, like they never moved at all. I used to laugh at how he walked slow after those factory shifts. Now some mornings when I stand up, I move exactly like him. Funny how time sneaks up on you, till the mirror starts telling the truth. I'm growing into my daddy's boots, learning what hard times really do, how you carry a family on tired hands and still somehow make it through. Every scar starts making sense now, every lesson finally cuts through. Yeah, the older I get, the more I look like him, growing into his shoes. He never talked about his struggles, just poured another cup of coffee black, worked overtime through every winter, made sure we never noticed that. Now I catch myself saying things I swore I'd never say before, like money don't grow on trees, standing in my own kitchen door. Guess becoming a man ain't sudden, it happens one memory at a time. I'm growing into my daddy's boots, learning how sacrifice feels, how love ain't always loud and shining, sometimes it's just showing up still. Every road I thought was different, turns out he already drove through. Yeah, the older I get, the more I understand him, growing into his shoes. And someday if I have a son, I hope he sees what I missed back then. That strength ain't about being fearless, it's about carrying the weight anyway. I'm growing into my daddy's boots, one slow step at a time, learning how to stand through storms without letting the world see you break inside. And now every old pair of worn out souls feels sacred when I look back through. Yeah, the older I get, the more thankful I am for growing into his shoes. There's an old bridge out past Miller Road where we carved our names at 17. Rust still hanging on the railings, like time forgot that little scene. We used to park there after midnight, windows down in July air. Swore the world would stay that simple back when forever lived out there. Funny how life keeps changing, but some places never do. Silver Creek still runs the same, still reflecting storm clouds after rain, still winding through the Carolina pines like it don't know we changed. And every time I go back there, I still hear your laughter in the wind. Yeah, the water keeps moving forward, even when we didn't. Silver Creek still runs the same. There's weeds growing near the riverbank now, where we used to skip those rocks, and somebody painted over our initials, but I still see them when I stop. I wonder if you ever think about it, or if I'm the only one holding on. Funny how a place can stay alive long after the people are gone. Some memories don't disappear, they just settle deeper in your soul. Silver Creek still runs the same, still carrying echoes through the rain, still flowing underneath that bridge where we thought love would never fade. And every mile I've pulled us from it still somehow pulls me back again. Yeah, the river kept moving onward, even when we didn't. Silver Creek still runs the same. Maybe healing looks a little like rivers, learning how to let things go without forgetting where they came from. Silver Creek still runs the same, still shining gold beneath the storm, still reminding me some parts of life don't belong to us anymore. And maybe that's what hurts the most tonight, knowing memories outlive the flame. Yeah, everything around me changed, but Silver Creek still runs the same. There's a duffel bag by the doorway, half packed all the time. I quit hanging pictures on walls somewhere around 25. I got real good at small talk, real good at leaving first. Funny how surviving heartbreak can slowly become your curse. Now every city feels temporary, every goodbye feels rehearsed. I make it look easy to leave, like I don't feel nothing breaking underneath, like headlights fading in the rear view don't still follow me in my sleep. Yeah, I laugh like I'm alright, like loneliness don't cut this deep. The truth is, I ain't naturally this cold, I've just been practicing. I don't stay long enough for roots now, don't let nobody get too close. 'Cause once you lose somebody real, every almost love feels dangerous. So I keep driving through relationships like towns I never planned to know, pretending freedom feels better than watching another goodbye unfold. Some people build homes with hearts, some people build exits. I make it look easy to leave, like every memory don't stick to me, like empty hotel rooms at midnight don't still feel hauntingly quiet. Yeah, I mastered disappearing before anybody could see me bleed. But truth is, I ain't naturally this gone. I've just been practicing. Maybe the saddest thing about pain ain't what it takes from you, it's how long you keep living like it's still happening. I make it look easy to leave, but every road still carries ghosts. Every storm still sounds like somebody I almost called home. And somewhere underneath this armor, there's still a version of me that wanted to stay before leaving became easy. Downtown lights still burning bright, whiskey glasses catching blue neon, everybody laughing loud tonight, but somehow I still feel gone. There's a girl leaning on my shoulder, talking like she knows my name, but every crowded room gets lonely when your heart ain't in the same place. I chased the noise for so long, now silence feels like truth. It's neon and nowhere, bright lights with nobody there. Got a full tank, full bar, full skyline view, but none of it feels like you. Everybody thinks I made it, but they don't see what's missing underneath. Yeah, I got everything tonight, and somehow still feel nothing. There's smoke hanging in the rooftop air, taxi lights running through the rain, everybody looking for something, trying to drink away the same pain. I used to think freedom and movement, now I know running gets exhausting. 'Cause no matter where I disappear to, your memory still follows me. Funny how empty success feels when peace ain't riding with you. It's neon and nowhere, midnight cities and $1,000 stairs. Every song inside this crowded bar still somehow sounds like heartbreak. Everybody thinks I'm healing, but I'm just getting better at pretending. Yeah, I got everything tonight, and somehow still feel nothing. Maybe storms don't always scream, sometimes they glow quietly in the dark. It's neon and nowhere, a skyline full of ghosts and smoke. Every mile I ran from home still left me alone with myself. And somewhere underneath these city lights, there's still a man trying to feel alive again. Yeah, I got everything I wanted, and somehow lost myself instead. Rain finally stopped this morning, first time in what feels like years. There's sunlight breaking through my window, hidden old photographs in here. And for the first time in forever, your memory didn't pull me under. Guess healing ain't forgetting somebody, it's surviving the weather they left behind. Some storms leave scars forever, but scars still mean you lived. This is the calm after all the rain came down, after every sleepless midnight drive, after losing what I thought I couldn't live without. There's still pain in these old bones, still ghosts when thunder rolls around. But somewhere between heartbreak and healing, I found myself somehow in the calm after. There's still a road outside this town, still miles I ain't driven yet, still pieces of me learning slowly how to live without regret. And maybe that's what growing older is, not outrunning every storm, but finally learning you don't have to drown in all of them anymore. Funny how peace feels unfamiliar after chaos becomes your normal. This is the calm after the wildfire burned away, after every empty highway, after every goodbye that changed me. There's still lightning in the distance, but it don't scare me like before. Yeah, somewhere between broken and healing, I became stronger than the storm. And if someday the rain returns, I know now I'll survive it, because storms don't last forever, even when they feel endless at the time. This is the calm after, morning light across the road, after every storm cloud hanging over me, finally letting go. There's still memories in these rearview lights, still pieces of us in the rain, but the sky don't feel so heavy now after all the rain.